What is good, team? Do what we do. Back with another video today for Monday Motivation. I wanted it to be something that was really genuine to me, something pure, something authentic. And if this video resonates with you, please like, share, and subscribe, and comment below anything that I can do to make the channel better or make the content even more valuable. With that being said, let's get it. So the topic and basis of this video are, I'm gonna demonstrate and go over 3 points that have ultimately changed my life up until this point of me being 20 years old. And with that being said, I just want to get straight into it. For me, number one is no limits. I remember when I was about 16, 17, and I'd be in high school and I'd be going up and down the stairs and I didn't even refer to myself as Randy. I would just call myself Greatness. And I can think back to that time and I can be like, the reason I did that was more so to boost my self-esteem. And I can honestly say it was if that I was confident, but there were certain moments in certain areas of my life that I was lacking. And I'll be honest with you, when it came to body image, when it came to certainty and confidence, when it came to speaking and standing in front of people, my heart would just start pacing and beating so fast, and I would be like, okay, I still got to do it. And I would just be like, you know what? I'm going to walk in this and I'm going to call myself Greatness. And in doing so, in embodying that, it's like I wanted to show up to the plate and I wanted to conquer everything that I put in front of I wanted to conquer everything that I put in front of myself. As far as goals, as far as dreams, as far as conversations, I wanted to just become the greatest version of myself. So when I mentioned myself saying this, I am Greatness, some of it, the majority of it was me being egotistical. But when I think back to it, I did that because when it came to the basis of no limits, that's more so a mentality. It's like when I talk about breaking through, when I talk about overcoming, that's the basis of that there are ultimately no limits, only the limits that we place upon ourselves. Now, on top of that though, the amount of work ethic and the amount of perseverance and the amount of realism that you put inside your goals and dreams matters as well. It's like me, for example. I'm saying that this is what I want to accomplish. This is where I want to go. Yet, am I putting myself in the best position to then attain those things? So when I talk about no limits, it's more so to break any mental barrier you've put upon yourself and know that you are greater than the current version of yourself. Knowing that everything that's happened in your past is so that you can then control your present and then look to amplify your future. And that's why when I relate to no limits, is because when no one else believes in you, you can look back and turn into yourself and say that I have no limits upon myself. You don't need to tell anybody that. Let that be your mantra in 2021, especially where you could be seen as the enemy. You could be seen as someone who's not going to amount to anything, yet you know that you're able to believe in yourself and that you are better in yourself every single day when the odds are against you. And that's more than motivation. That's drive, that's dedication, and that's something I could spark, but that's something that you have to solely believe in yourself. Number two, mastery. Ironically, again, when I was 17, I was reading this book, Mastery by Robert Greene. It's a great book. And what it talked about was there's a basis of a lot of us, we are really apprentice, and we have to go and then ultimately look to find our master. You know how they say, the quote goes, when the student is ready, the master will show himself or herself, And I feel like that quote is very powerful because it's like, for example, you're wanting to manifest an opportunity in your life, and then you ask yourself, am I ready to even receive this opportunity? Am I in the right mindset to, if I was to get this opportunity, how would I then go about it? I remember my uncle asked me, if I was to give you $1 million, what would you do with it? And it's like that moment of silence. I'm like, I would do this, I would do this. It was like, but I didn't really know what exactly I would do with it. And the only time that really does become an issue is like, do you not have the same clarity that you're looking for when you ask someone else a question? You ask someone a question like, where are you going? You're looking for a definite answer, not I'm going around here, type of thing. So bringing that back to mastery was because when it comes to masters and apprenticeship, you know, it's one of those things that you have to find your master. And once you find your master, in that sense, that your master will then teach you a lot of essential things, and not even in the course of life, just in the course of career-wise, maybe even relationships, that someone is giving you gems or someone is leading you in the right direction for you to be your best self. And on top of that, in mastery, one of the greatest points that really helped me was emotional intelligence. That we have all these, it's called the seven sins, seven deadly sins, in the sense of envy, happiness, jealous. It was like all these different things that we all have faced in some shape or form, and we all have to then overcome and conquer those emotions. So emotional intelligence is something that I feel like will forever be important, and is forever something that we are always constantly dealing with within our lives. And so number 3, what's your why? I remember when I was 11 years old, 12 years old, I used to see my mom come home fatigued, exhausted. And I would always tell her, Mom, I'm going to retire you. Mom, I'm going to retire you. I didn't even really know what the word retire meant. I didn't know what the word meant. What I knew was I just didn't want my mom to work the same way that she was working, as far as her school schedule and her work schedule. And that was something that you don't have to put these duties and responsibilities upon yourself, but that was something that I wanted to do. And so that's definitely one of my most powerful whys, is I will retire my mom. And even proclaiming that now, I say that with absolute certainty, that I need to and will continue to put myself in the best position, as long as I'm not the best position, as long as I'm not taking advantage of others, and I am doing the work necessary to get me to where I need to go, in order to then be that light that can help my mom reach those goals of not having to work anymore. And so the reason why your why is so powerful is because you're not only then working for yourself. Not only are you saying, yes, I want to put myself in a better position, but yet you understand there's maybe other responsibilities, or there's other motivators for why you must continue to go, and you cannot allow yourself to just fail and then be in that deprived type of state. And that's why I just want to say, once again, these 3 pointers right here have ultimately changed my life and brought me to the man I am today. And I promise you, this is really only the beginning. And I say that with confidence, because I know that, going back to the concept of no limits, that there's so much more to have experienced and to have seen. And this is only the beginning of what's actually to come. So I'm grateful for all of you that continue to come back to the YouTube channel, that continue to subscribe, share, comment. It means the world to me. And if there's anything that I can do for you to spark that motivator, or to be that driving force for a little while, to you then turn it into a habit and you become your hero, there's a lot of power that comes into that. And I'm just grateful. Thank you so much. And team, do what we do.